Have you ever come across someone who stubbornly believes something in spite of all the evidence? Maybe he or she has tried to make you believe it, too. Maybe he or she behaved oddly or even abusively when you questioned the belief. If so, there's a good chance that that person is engaging in motivated reasoning. Let's explore motivated reasoning to find out what it is, how to spot it, and what the effects of this behavior can be. Motivated reasoning is when people try to find evidence or reasons to support a conclusion that they've decided on in advance and ignore or reject anything that contradicts that conclusion. In other words, it's when somebody's motive to believe something or to get you to believe something is not a good reason for you to believe it. If you want to learn more about when you do have a good reason to believe something, go and check out our videos on critical thinking and argument. But back to motivated reasoning. The motive that people have when they engage in motivated reasoning can vary. They might do it cynically because they think that they'll get some benefit from you believing something untrue. They might do it just to feel better about themselves. Politicians in particular often do this to try to get elected. Whatever the motive, if somebody's trying to get you to think that there's good reason for believing something when actually there isn't, you should be concerned. If you make decisions believing something to be true when actually it's not, you risk harming yourself or others. Sometimes this is exactly what the person doing the motivated reasoning wants. Let's take an example. Let's suppose that John here wants people to believe that it's wrong to report people to the police for stealing. Let's suppose that John wants people to believe this because John is a thief and he doesn't want to get caught. Maybe John actually believes this himself. Maybe he's convinced himself that this is true to make it easier for him to convince others and get away with theft. If John should succeed and make you believe that it's wrong to report people to the police for stealing, and you act on that belief by not reporting John when he steals things, then this could harm you or others. John could be free to steal things from you or other people with less fear of getting caught. But how do you tell whether something is motivated reasoning? After all, it's possible that a person believes that it's wrong to report people to the police for stealing, even if that person isn't trying to get away with theft. It's not enough if the person is just disagreeing with you, even persistently. After all, the other person may be right and you might be wrong. You could look to see whether the person is making an invalid or unsound argument in support of the claim. That's an important start. You need to check whether you really do have a good reason to believe the claim or not. But it's not enough if the person's argument is bad. A sincere person might just be confused or mistaken. It's also not enough to conclude that a person is engaging in motivated reasoning just by finding a motive. That's because a person having a motive to claim that something is true doesn't automatically make it false or mean that you don't have a good reason for believing it. For example, anyone accused of a crime has a motive to claim to be innocent, but that doesn't mean that you have a good reason to believe that everyone accused of a crime is guilty. Some people accused of crimes really are innocent. What you should look for are signs that a person wants to believe something or get you to believe something, even if it isn't true. What you are looking for is behavior that's inconsistent with a person only wanting to believe a claim if it really is true. One clue that a person is engaging in motivated reasoning is giving inconsistent reasons for claiming something. For example, John might start out by agreeing that people shouldn't steal, but saying that you shouldn't report people to the police because the police are corrupt. If you make a really good counter-argument to that claim, John might then go back on what he said earlier and say that it's not wrong to steal at all. Or maybe John makes a good counter-argument to a point that you make and you change your view. Maybe he shows you good evidence that the police actually are corrupt, and you accept that, but you then say that this doesn't mean that people should get away with theft. You've conceded his good argument, but he's still not satisfied, and he can't explain why. That's a clue too. The biggest clue that people are engaging in motivated reasoning, though, is when they actively try to avoid or prevent rigorous scrutiny of their claims. This behavior is called scrutiny suppression, and we'll look at that in the next video in this series. Have you come across any examples of motivated reasoning lately? If so, let us know in the comments, share to let other people know about how to spot motivated reasoning, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one.